Jaylo.
Yes. Hello.
Hi. Paul.
Yes.
From Clubhouse. I feel like everybody knows
who
Paul is. Yes.
Or everybody knows who Paul is.
Has admitted that they need to have universal search. So that you could search a topic like, let's say, the Olympics.
Yes.
Because somebody brought it up in context with that.
Uh-huh.
And then find all the rooms that are currently going on about the Olympics.
Wow.
They don't have it, and he admitted that is an oversight. But he said,
yes.
not really an oversight, but it's very hard to design a feature like that. And that eventually they will have it, and it sucks that they don't. He didn't try. I like that he didn't try to make excuses for it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, I admit it, and I'm glad that he didn't.
He seems. I don't know the man.
Okay.
It kind of feels like I do, considering how often I listen to him.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that he's very transparent about things.
I think so, and he seems so enthusiastic. I really do. I mean, even from listening to Paul and Rohan for the times that I have, they seem like they really like their jobs. Like they really are genuinely excited about the new things that are happening for Clubhouse, I think.
But today, Paul kind of felt a little bit low energy.
Really?
But he also has like 3 little kids, so maybe they kept him up, or there's a family thing.
Oh, okay.
Who am I to speculate?
Okay.
I'm Rick, that's why.
Does Rohan have kids too?
Yeah, he has a daughter.
Okay.
And I think she has some special needs.
Oh.
But, from what I can tell, he's a good dad.
Yeah.
From the 1 hour a week I spend listening to him say 5 words here and there.
But that's really cool that, he probably was tired or something. Because, he's working a lot with Rohan, with Clubhouse and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably, takes up a lot of his time besides his 3 kids. So.
And his wife.
And his wife, yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun, babes, going into that room.
Yes. Has his wife ever contributed to any of the things on Clubhouse? Or?
Not that I know of. It could be one of those things to where he just doesn't want to say her name because the community would go crazy.
Oh, I understand. I mean, if he doesn't want her to get, her and the kids to get involved in that.
So Kyle from Secular Talk, who I discuss a lot because I am a fan, was saying that he has a girlfriend, but she doesn't want him talking about her. At least I think that's how I heard it. Like, he'll talk about anything except that area of his wife. Yeah.
Because she wants to be out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
Yes.
I totally get it.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless she's actually collaborating with him.
And she might just be a regular citizen.
Right.
That's got to be weird dating him, just because he's so political.
I know.
I don't know, but he's probably able to turn it off.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yes.
Not everybody is, not everybody stays political outside of the political realm.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine.
I would hope so, babes.
Yes.
That they could find a break from that.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I feel really refreshed this morning.
You took a shower.
Yes.
We got up. I got up really early and started a new book.
Which one?
It's Floating City. I forgot what the rest of it is.
Right.
But it's from the dude who wrote Gang Leader for a Day.
And why is it called Floating City?
Because it's about the floating underground economy in New York in the early to mid 2000s.
Not about a city on the ocean.
No.
Okay.
But somebody said to him, you got to float around the city. You can't just stay in one spot if you really want to know how this thing works.
A floater, yeah.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
Huh.
He got into the underworld by befriending this guy who was a drug dealer to mostly poor people.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, he made connections. He met this Indian man who owned and ran a pornography store, right? But he was doing it for his family.
Really?
Yep. The guy let somebody sell drugs out of the store. Mm-hmm. And that person eventually robbed the store owner. And one day, the author comes to the store and the guy is completely gone. He's moved. His family is gone. I almost said he moved, but it turned out that the guy got beaten up and he didn't know the specifics on why.
Huh.
Okay. He eventually gets introduced to, the prostitution game, right? And he meets these hookers who are sharing an apartment together. But you go there to do business. You don't really go there just to sleep and hang out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
One of them gets beaten up and she's fairly young, so she decides that she's going to try to make it as a higher-end call girl.
Uh-huh.
He meets a contact in this world who could help this lady. So he sets up a meeting between the two of them, and things start going okay. One night he comes home, and this is in the middle of his marriage falling apart.
Uh-huh.
He gets a voicemail from the madam saying, hey, somebody just got robbed by our girl. She took $5,000 from a John.
The attorney that beat her up, right?
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Okay.
But the initial report was that the call girl stole $5,000. Mm-hmm. And she said, the madam said on the voicemail, now you're involved in this. You got to help me find her. So,
wow.
And there are certain limits that you can do when you're sociology major.
So he was just doing this as a project. He wasn't actually participating in it, obviously, because there's a lot of illegal activity going on.
Correct. Yeah, he's just studying this.
Yeah. Wow.
So it eventually comes out that the John beat up this lady, and she stole $5,000, then ran away.
Wow.
But this John is a very powerful man, and he hired a private investigator.
Oh.
The author finds the call girl and says, you got to get that money back. She explains that it's with her boyfriend, and if she asks for it, he's probably going to beat her up. Mm-hmm. So the madam ends up paying the money so that the John will drop the entire thing. And the madam ends up starting kind of like an informal finishing school for these hookers. So that because she wants to make the trade a little bit more higher end so she can get paid more.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, and I told you earlier that when I think of finishing school, I think of finishing school that women who are getting into modeling are doing, not hookers. Prostitution. Mm-hmm. It's just very, very strange to me.
And and the pimp he knows decided that he wants to start selling to rich white people. So he's getting into cocaine and selling that.
Oh, wow.
It's an interesting book. I like it more than Gang Leader for a Day.
Okay.
I like that book, but it felt a little bit too, I don't know, gimmicky.
Really?
Well, yeah, because the name of the book. I don't know.
Gang Leader for a Day?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, hey, read about, the sociology major who becomes gang leader for a day.
Yeah, kind of like Queen for a Day.
Yeah, right. Except it's gang leader.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Although that would make a very interesting reality show.
It would.
You take an average person and you make them the leader of a gang.
Yeah, it's a little risky. They might end up being dead by the end of the episode.
True.
Well, I mean, a sociology major doing that, that would make for good TV, I would say. Mm-hmm. It would, because it's actually real stuff.
Yeah, this book is super cool.
I think Tunnel People would be a really good reality show.
I think so, too. I'd love to see a movie about that book, which hardly anybody talks about.
The question I would ask, because both you and I know that there are definitely some issues with reality TV, which isn't really reality if you think about it, because they make it look like it's real, but it's not. I wonder how they would keep the authenticity of the Tunnel People without disturbing them.
See, that's why I'd rather see a movie based on that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah, I wonder that, because you would have to disturb them a little bit and have them know, oh, hey, there's going to be cameras here.
And then what happens if the show becomes a big hit? Right. Do people start moving into the tunnels under New York just so they can get on TV?
Play with the rats.
Yeah. Now, having said that, I don't even know if you can still do that in Manhattan, because Tunnel People was written back in the mid-90s.
That is such a scary way to live, because you don't know how you're going to get food. People don't know where you live unless they're actually in the, in that lifestyle. So you kind of have to use all your resources.
According to the author of that book, some people have really nice setups.
And it doesn't sound like, can you imagine sleeping in a tunnel? I can't imagine that. I don't know. No. Nice setups, like how nice were they?
Not like rich folk setups, but some people had TVs. They figured out our water system and electricity, obviously, and they could cook things down there.
Were there families with children?
There was a person a couple that the author mentioned who had a daughter and she was an infant. And they were living down in the tunnel.
That's just no place to raise a baby. Yeah. Well, I mean, how are they supposed to get veggies and
you're right.
Oh yeah, I had something in my tool.
Oh.
How are they supposed to get veggies and fruit and all that?
It's not like they just stay in the tunnel. A lot of them go up for the day and then come back down.
It's just weird. I don't know.
Mm.
And are they tunnels like under bridges too? And
the ones that the author was talking about, and remember, I read this book like 10 years ago, I believe was around the subway system of Manhattan.
Yes.
I know that other cities have systems like that as well, where people live.
Yeah. I never got a chance to ride a subway in D.C. We were going to do that, and it goes underground, so it's kind of interesting. But I never got to do that.
Maybe you will one day.
Maybe. Have you thought of what it would be like to ride a subway?
I've ridden a subway.
Did you like it?
No, it was late at night. I was going home from this poetry reading.
In Denver?
No, in Santa Monica.
Oh.
And a lot of people don't know this, but LA has a subway system, or at least they did in 2004.
Ah.
I forgot what happened, but something happened with a bus where I had to take the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. It was super late at night, and there were only a couple people there. And of course, nobody knows how the transit system works in LA because it's divided between a couple of different companies. So it was very confusing.
But is that why you didn't like the subway? Because you had to take it, or because
I didn't like it because of the circumstances, and also because it was super hard to figure out.
Okay.
You know what I'm just thinking now, babes? I wonder if one of the reasons they make it so confusing to navigate the transit system in LA is because it's a way to keep people down. Because if you can't figure out how to handle it, you're less likely to get a job that's some distance away from you.
Huh. Well, and not to mention, I mean, if you drive, the traffic is horrific. You know, it's horrendous, rather.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic is horrendous, and I know of people that left California because of the traffic. I remember one time when we were in the Southern California area, and we got stuck in traffic for an hour going to an event. I mean, it was that crazy. An hour in traffic.
I can't vouch for that. I wasn't there, but I believe you.
Yeah, this is in 2000.
Okay.
This was like, years ago, but I remember that very well.
LA was just a weird place. I could never quite get my mind around it.
Too smoggy and
I think it really sucks being a person with a disability living in LA.
Yeah.
At least that was my experience.
Yeah, I was surprised that you had problems with the transit system because I've heard that California had a good transit system, but maybe that was not quite true.
No.
They may have improved.
They may have improved, but San Francisco has a really good transit system.
Huh.
LA, back then, it did not.
I know that I have one friend that lives in San Leandro, and another one who lives in I think she lives in the Berkeley area, and he's talked about taking BART, and some people take BART.
Yeah. That's in the Berkeley, San Francisco area.
Right.
Not in LA.
Not in LA, yeah, because he lives. I think San Leandro is. I don't know what part of California that is.
Well, if he's taking BART,
it might be northern. I can never keep track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I hate LA. I hate it.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. Does she live in Berkeley? No, she doesn't live in Berkeley. She lives in, I think she lives in Monterey. Somewhere.
I don't think the BART is in Monterey, but I could be wrong. There's a lot of old people in Monterey.
Yeah. Well, they're not spring chickens, let me tell you that. I like them a lot, but they're not young folks.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good for them, babes. Good for them.
Good for them.
Yes. I found a book on Bard last night, I didn't download it, but it said that it's from 1938. So I'm imagining that the recording sounds super scratchy. Yes.
Wow. It was recorded in 1938, or the book was written in 1938?
I can't figure. My guess is it's from 1938.
Wow.
The recording.
Wow.
But I could be wrong.
That's craziness.
Yes, babes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Jaylo.
Yes.
We woke up super early this morning. I felt some shaking.
Well, I didn't even know that I was doing it. I must have been startled, or maybe I was flinching, or I don't know what happened.
I was afraid that maybe you were having some sort of weird seizure or something. Seizure?
No, I wasn't having a seizure. No. I never had a seizure before.
Uh-oh.
No. I think I might have been... I don't even think I was dreaming at all. Maybe I thought you startled me. I don't know what the deal was.
Then we went back to bed, but I got up before 5 and went to the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good book.
And I woke up around 7-ish.
Yes. You got your beauty rest.
I certainly did.
Good.
Did you have a good sleep, though?
From the time I was asleep, it was good. I probably should have slept a little bit longer.
I don't remember when I started shaking, and I didn't even... Yeah. It was weird.
But that's okay.
It's okay. That happens.
You're alive now, Jaylo.
Don't worry. I don't have a seizure. I've never had seizures. You don't have to worry about any weird things happening. I feel bad for those people that have like severe grand mal seizures where they almost swallow their tongue.
Yeah, that sucks.
That is very scary. And I heard that people, of course, that have epilepsy have seizures a lot, and they end up in the hospital. And I heard it really, really tires a person out, and it's no wonder.
Oh, I could see that.
That is so scary.
Yeah. I remember once, babes, I was in 3rd grade, and this kid in my class had a seizure. Now, I wasn't there. I think it was during lunch hour. And we get back. The teacher starts yelling at these girls because apparently they were making fun of the kid when he was having a seizure.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew a girl who had seizures in my preschool. She was a girl that I went home with, and I almost stayed over her house. And she had a seizure, and what the teacher would do is she would stay with her, and they would count to 3 because they had to kind of, let her ride it out.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they had to wait until the seizure was done, and she was fine after that.
Wow.
I think I remember her having one seizure that I can remember. And she also had, she also had braces on her legs too.
That sucks.
Yeah. I think it's possible she may have had epilepsy.
I don't know, babes. I wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yes. Jaylo.
Yes.
Yesterday, I showed you a couple of videos from Tony Robbins.
Oh, that was interesting.
We started off with the Thanksgiving video.
Yes.
What did you think?
I actually like that. That was a really good story. I especially like the part where he delivers Thanksgiving to this family and they don't know English, but the lady was so happy. She was crying. She was kissing him. She was hugging him, and he's like, no, gift from God. That's all he knew how to say. And the little kids were attacking him because they were so happy about the food.
Playfully attacking.
Yeah. Not literally attacking him, but
yeah.
They're just jumping on him. One of the kids kept holding onto his leg, and they were just really, really happy. And all the kids watched him leave, and the mom was crying when he was leaving because they were just so happy. And then Tony Robbins lost it in his car and he started bawling, and
after telling her Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, because he didn't know to say Happy Thanksgiving. He's like, Feliz Navidad. It's like, well, it was close.
Huh.
And she started laughing. So she was crying and then she started laughing. That was funny. But I really like that story. That was a really good story.
You were not as big of a fan of the TED Talk he gave.
No, and I'll tell you why. And and I was completely honest. I thought it sounded really Oprah-like because I thought it was, it sounded more motivational because I remember when he said, "Well, now I'm not trying to motivate you at all, but if you're not trying to motivate somebody, why would you want to know why they're motivated?"
Mm-hmm.
That's where I kind of had a problem with that.
I agree with you on that point.
You know what I mean? And then he was talking about what people are driven by, and there's some truth to that. Some people are driven by emotion. That isn't all what people are driven by. Some people are driven by money. I think he focused on the emotional aspect of it.
A lot, yeah.
A lot. But that's what I didn't agree with. I don't think that everyone is driven by emotion all the time. So that was another thing. But I really like the story that he talks about September 11th with the woman who lost her boyfriend because he was murdered, and then she was thinking about marrying her fiance, but he calls her and says, "Well, I'm glad you said that because that's the one thing I wanted to hear, but I want to let you know that I'm gonna die."
Yeah.
Because he knew he was gonna die
in the trade center.
In the trade center because of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he told her, make sure that, what did he say about?
I'm sure I'm going to get it wrong, but it was something to the effect of, you're probably wondering why this is happening to you for the second time. You're losing somebody you love.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but all I can tell you is live each day with as much passion and as much love as you can.
Right.
So she plays a message because they were in Hawaii, so they get this overnight.
Right.
And there's a man from Pakistan, was it?
Yeah, it was a man from Pakistan who stood up and said, "This is retribution."
Yeah. And then Tony Robbins says, "And I'd love to tell you the rest of the story, but I'm out of time."
And then he pretends to walk off the stage. He's
like,
all right, I have 10 seconds. And he gets one man to talk to that Pakistani guy.
A Jewish man. Who I think had family in New York.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried, I think he was saying that he diffused the situation and made it so that they weren't, angry at each other.
Not only that, but they started an organization that went to mosques and synagogues and talked about peace, and they wrote a book about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was an impressive story, I will admit that.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it sounded very, Oprah-esque type of stuff that she would have on her show.
I could see that.
Yeah. So.
I'm still a Tony Robbins fan. Okay. And I'm glad you got a little bit of a taste of it.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm not a recruit.
No. You're not a diehard person. You're not going to go to the seminars.
No. I'm not going to go to the seminars, and I'm not going to do any of his programs.
I've thought about going to a seminar. It's really pricey, though.
Yeah.
I think once I looked online, and I had missed him coming to Portland by a couple of months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How much was it supposed to be?
Oh, I don't even remember. I want to say $700 for the weekend.
$700?
It may have been even a little bit more than that.
Isn't that more than what Neil Strauss was, or was that more than that?
Neil Strauss, and I only know this because a friend of mine, and a real friend, not just me, posing as a friend of mine.
Who I actually know.
Yes. Has different tiers. So there's one tier if you just want to go away for a weekend and listen to him talk. There's another one if you want to be included on the phone calls. And there's an extra one if you want the opportunity to have dinner with him and his friends a couple of times a year.
Yeah, but that one seems more like a ripoff. The dinner one.
I would agree, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, he is a great writer, though, but
right.
I wouldn't pay for that privilege.
$700 for a weekend?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very immersive, though.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I did not go.
I don't know. That's why I'm very, very skeptical about motivational people like that. Like, if you're gonna, if they really want to help somebody with their problems, right? Why would they have to jack up the prices? I don't know. I'm not sure.
It does cost a lot of money. I am not privy to how much it costs to run the Tony Robbins organization.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to me. And I have gotten a lot out of his work. Okay. Yes. But you will not be doing any of his programs anytime soon.
No, that's just not my thing. No, I just, I don't want to get so immersed in it. I just see some issues already.
That makes sense.
It's just not my thing.
Yeah. And a lot of it is free on YouTube.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If I wanted to hear advice, I could just find it on YouTube. Okay.
Yes. You can hear him and his wife Sage talk about their relationship a little bit.
Oh, does he include her in the conversation sometimes?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
They used to do a video blog together. I don't know if they still do it though.
Really?
But they post it to YouTube.
Is Sage another motivational speaker? Or?
She's with Tony Robbins. I don't know if I'd call her a motivational speaker, but being with him, you definitely got to be connected to that world.
Yeah. In some ways, he kind of seems a little bit intense.
Yeah.
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 Probably not intense as Teal Swan, but he seems very intense.
I have a friend who is very, very, very into Teal Swan.
Mm-hmm. Do I know this person?
No, you don't.
I don't? Okay.
You've never met this person.
All right.
But I don't know, something about her, it just seems like she's angry to me.
It's like, come on, you gotta lighten up a little bit.
Now, I'm sure that's because I'm a white guy, but I'm just telling you how I feel.
Why, is she not white?
I think she is.
Oh.
I think she's a white lady.
Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, but
yeah.
But it seems to me, if we're comparing notes here, Tony Robbins actually seems like he does know how to have a sense of humor, and he can be intense, but he also can be lighthearted. I will say that.
And you need somebody with that mix.
Yeah, I did notice that he did seem intense, but he always knew how to turn it off. That was the one thing I did notice.
Yeah.
That I appreciated. But you're saying that you don't think Teal Swan is very lighthearted?
I don't think that there's a lot of jokes when she speaks.
Okay. Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
You gotta have a mixture of that.
Yeah.
You can't just be serious all the time.
No, obviously.
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 Oh. Every time I think of when you say obviously, I think of like a serious, uppity person. Obviously. I must have this kind of cheese. Obviously. Anyway.
Jaylo.
Yes.
I showed you an episode of Star Trek called The Trouble with Tribbles.
It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it.
It's one of my favorite episodes of the original series.
Yeah, it was fun.
I couldn't even tell you how many times I've seen that episode. Maybe 20?
Oh, wow. So I'll let you take the lead on
that. Yeah,
that.
I mean, but this is from the time I'm like 9 until now. And most of the watching of that episode came between the ages of 9 and, let's say, 12.
I will say this. I'm glad that there are no such things as tribbles, but, but it was a fun episode.
Yeah. So it starts off, they're in the ready room. Kirk is talking with Chekhov and Spock. Mm-hmm. And they get a distress call from Station K7, which is out on the verge of the neutral zone between the Federation and the Klingons. They go there. Kirk contacts them, sees that nobody's in danger. Mm-hmm. So he takes Spock and I think Dr. McCoy, and they beam down to the surface.
Dr. McCoy.
Might have just been Spock and the captain, but in any event.
Yeah.
They find out that there is an agricultural specialist there who wants to protect this grain because it's the only type of grain that'll grow on his planet. And Kirk kind of has to oblige because the Federation wants this planet to join. So he's like, okay, I'll send down a couple of security guards to help. But he's kind of antagonizing the main dude behind this at the same time. And he's like, in the meantime, before we get this all settled out of when your grain's going to be transported out off of the station, I will authorize shore leave for my crewmen who are off duty.
Mm-hmm.
Chekhov comes down with Uhura. They go into the station's bar, see the bartender talking with Cyrano Jones, who is... He's a criminal, but he's not like, I'm going to kill everybody criminal. He's like a con man criminal.
He seems like a con man, but he kind of, at least in the episode, he seemed sort of lovable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he seemed like a lighthearted guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gives a tribble to Uhura, and she likes it because it makes this noises.
Like a pigeon.
Kind of.
Yeah, like it purrs.
But it looks like a weird, fluffy thing.
Yeah, and it looks really cute until you take it home.
Mm-hmm. She goes back to the ship. Everything is fine. And then the Klingons show up. Kirk transports down and sees that the captain of the Klingon vessel, I think it's Kang. Or, no, Koloff.
Koloff, yeah.
That's how many times I've seen the episode.
Koloff.
Played by the great William Campbell. Says that he wants shore leave for his men. And Kirk says, okay, we can't refuse you, but for every one of your men who transport down here, I'm going to have one of my guys on shore leave. Mm-hmm. He tells Scotty, you got to stop reading these technical manuals, bro. I'm sending you down with a couple of folks, and I want to make sure that you keep them safe, that they don't get into any fights. Mm-hmm. Scotty and Chekhov, along with a couple other members of the crew, go to the bar. And they're drinking, giving each other a little bit of shit, until this one Klingon comes over and starts, insulting the captain. And Scotty's fine because he doesn't like Kirk anyways.
Oh, he doesn't?
Well, I shouldn't say that. James Doohan, who played Scotty, hated William Shatner.
Really?
Yes. And he was very open about it.
Really?
A lot of people from that series hated William Shatner.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's interesting.
And still do.
Wow.
A lot of the living people, like George Takei, who is still alive, hates William Shatner. Like, really hates him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But, in any event.
You wouldn't have known that by watching the show.
No.
Yeah.
At one point, the Klingon officer switches his disdain from the captain to the Enterprise. And that's when a big fight breaks out. Mm-hmm. Kirk calls everybody back to the ship, says, you guys need to tell me what's up. I'm your captain. None of them want to speak. He says, you're dismissed except for Scotty. Scotty tells him what's up, and he says, all right, I'm sentencing you to your quarters for the time being. Scotty's like, cool, bro. Now I get to read those technical manuals that you're taking me away from. Meanwhile, the tribble that Uhura bought has grown and basically just, taken over the ship. Mm-hmm. The bridge is filled with them, cargo bays, and there's a scene where the captain goes to get food. He can't get any because they got into the food system, which they call the food processors, but I don't like that word in this context because I have a food processor.
Okay.
Right? And Spock and the captain are talking, and they realize, well, if they gotten into our food system, they're probably going to get into the air vents on K7 and get into their food system.
Right.
They go down, go to where the grain is. There's some trouble to unlock the doors. They do, and all these tribbles fall down on the captain.
Yes.
Doctor comes in, and everybody starts noticing that a lot of these tribbles are dead. Uh-huh. They can't figure out why.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out. Eventually, the captain calls Koloff and his boys to the head office on K7, along with the agricultural people. Yeah. And we should also say that tribbles don't like Klingons. They make this weird screeching.
They scream,
noise.
Yeah. They do. They scream when they see him.
Whenever they're around. Mm-hmm. So, captain's like, what's going on? We think that the grain is poisoned. But the poison doesn't just kill you, it makes you want to eat more. Oh. So you die even though you're surrounded by food. You die of starvation.
That's weird.
Yeah.
For the tribbles, anyway.
Yeah. And they don't say it in the episode, but it's implied that if this grain would have gone to the planet, it would have killed the population. Right? Mm-hmm. Kirk walks around with the Tribbles. He knows that they hate Klingons. And the assistant to the main agriculture guy, who Kirk has been making fun of through this episode, walks in the door, and they start screaming.
Wow.
Bones takes his tricorder, runs it over the man, and realizes that he is indeed a Klingon.
Ah.
Captain kind of makes fun of the agriculture people, then tells the commander of... Captain Koloff, rather. Y'all got to get out of here fast. I want you gone within 6 hours.
Yeah.
Him and Spock walk around the station with Cyrano Jones and say, you know, we could send you to a penal colony for 20 years for bringing the Tribbles here.
Like a jail?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could pick up every Tribble on the station, which will take 17.9 years.
Yeah.
According to Spock's calculations.
Wow.
They agree. Captain goes back to the ship. Can't find a Tribble. There's some discussion throughout the crew because nobody wants to take credit for what they did. And then Scotty explains that as the Klingons were about to leave, he beamed all the Tribbles onto their ship. And that's basically the end of the episode.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, well, how did they get off of the ship? And then he said, oh yeah, they're all on the Klingon ship. Now they got to deal with the Tribbles.
Yes.
That's funny. That is really funny.
There's a thing in the DS9 episode.
Yeah.
Where Worf talks about hating Tribbles and about how they are an invasive species. But you have to kind of see this episode to get that, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I really like this episode, and this is like one of the few cases to where I don't think DS9 lives up to the standards of the original series.
Because they remade the episode, like you said.
This and the Mirror Universe, I think, are where two weak points that DS9 has compared to the rest of Star Trek. This is such a fun episode. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's meant to you're supposed to watch it and have a good time. And I'm wondering if you enjoyed it on that level.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see the DS9 one. I'm sure that there's some funny things in there, but...
There's some good stuff in there. But I think this is superior.
Did they actually remake it from, verbatim from the original episode?
Well, they take footage from the original episode. And so they have the cast of DS9 in the episode.
Oh, that's kind of creative. So if you can do it right.
Yeah. And at one point, Kirk is talking to O'Brien.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's in the DS9 episode, he's involved with the fight at the bar.
Oh, okay.
And so he gets yelled at by Kirk. Kirk yells at him.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. It's worth seeing, but it's definitely not high on my list of favorite DS9 episodes.
Oh, no, understandable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, very good.
Very good there, Jaylo.
That's right.
Yes. I don't even know how to do character analysis on this episode.
I don't think you can, really, because the show was so focused on the Tribbles.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a lot of time to analyze any of the characters because they're just taking care of the Tribbles and trying to get them off the ship.
I guess one question I might ask is, what does this episode teach us about invasive species, if anything?
I think it's easier to prevent them from getting into your space than to get them out of your space. And we can talk about anything, like from stuff that shouldn't be in your house. It's easier, and I take this from a show that I found by accident, where this lady was talking about getting pests out of your home. Yeah. It's easy to prevent them from getting into your home in the first place, but when you get them in your home, it's harder to take them out yourself. You got to get pest control to fumigate your place.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah. Or management in your building.
Do you think that Cyrano Jones ever gets off of K7?
No.
Oh, I agree.
I think he's stuck. He's stuck there forever.
Yes.
Wow. Yes.
It's a fun episode, though.
It is. I mean, the way that he talked, though, it didn't seem like he was a con artist. It seemed like he was like this guy, oh, would you like to buy a pet?
No, he's a complete con artist.
Well, now I know he is. I mean, he was putting a bunch of tribbles in the bar, right? He's trying to get people to get it.
The bartender, he goes to sell the bartender another tribble.
Right.
And the bartender takes out all these tribbles that have multiplied.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. But you don't see the bartender?
You do.
Oh, you do, but you don't know what his name is?
No.
Okay. He's just a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Very good episode.
That was a very good... I like the guy who played Cyrano Jones, whoever that was.
Yeah, he's great on that. And that's the only thing I know him from.
Okay.
Yes.
He wasn't the voice of the Great Gazoo?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I did like the Great Gazoo.
Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo.
Gazoo, great.
A tiny genie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you dum-dums want now?
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway.
Yes.
We had a really good dinner last night, didn't
Talk about it. We did.
We took some, I bought a zucchini blend and some cauliflower and broccoli, and bell pepper. We were going to use the kale, but, something went wrong with the kale. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I also chopped up some tomatoes.
That you brought over.
Mm-hmm, we used some cream of mushroom soup and feta cheese and baked everything together.
It was delicious. It was really good. And it gave the veggies a really good flavor. They cooked down just right. And it actually tasted, they were soft enough to chew. And it was a really good dinner.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Yes.
You gotta do it again.
Yes. The kale felt wilted to me.
I might throw it out.
Yeah.
I may not use it. Because I really don't want to take any chances.
But everything else was good.
Yeah. I was surprised because usually when I get kale, it's nice and firm and it's ready to chop.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt a little bit wet.
And you had just gotten the kale the day before.
I did. I literally just got it on Friday. And
kept it in the fridge away from everything else.
Yep. I did. I certainly did.
Yes, Jay. Well.
So, I may just throw it out. I really don't want to take any chances with the kale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get to the movies?
No, actually. Not at all. I don't think so. Unless there's something you want to discuss.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, except that I still haven't finished the book on presidents writing memoirs. And it's kind of feels a little bit boring. So we took an hour break yesterday to read.
Because I thought I was going to go to sleep and it didn't work out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not feeling the book so much anymore, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll pick up.
You don't have to finish it.
I don't have to.
You actually don't have to finish it at all. You could just say, it's just too boring. I can't read it.
I might do that.
But I'm well into my book now. I'm going to be starting chapter 18 very soon. It's getting really good. And when you go, I'm going to be downloading the next 2 books.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. So how much room do you have on the SD card in your Victor Reader stream?
14 point something gigabytes.
But how much of that is filled up is what I'm saying.
Not a lot.
Okay.
Because what I do is when I'm done with the book, I delete it right away.
You could potentially download the rest of the series and put it on there.
I could, but I know I could, but I don't know if I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to take up too much space.
Okay.
And I also want to leave room if I have to record something. Like record a discussion or whatever.
How often do you do that?
Not often.
Have you been recording me without my knowledge?
No, I have not been doing that, and I wouldn't be saving recordings that we've done.
Because that would be a violation of my privacy.
What, Abs? You know what?
I'm not saying I would fight you.
You're a fine one to talk, young man.
But we might have to contact my lawyer.
You are a fine one to talk, Mr. Hammond.
Why do you say that?
Because you've recorded the both of us talking without me knowing. And that one time for an hour and I didn't know it.
But that's me. And I was under the assumption that it was okay.
You didn't even ask. That's why it's not good to assume stuff.
So how often, when was the last time you recorded a conversation?
No, I didn't record our conversations at all.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, if I was in a class or, if somehow I was invited to some kind of conference and I wanted to have a copy of it, I could potentially record it from my SD card.
Interesting.
But I haven't done that.
Okay, good.
Why?
Because I want one.
But, say please.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
You.
I love you, babes.
I love you too.
Yes, thank you.
Even though you're recording happy.
What else?
I
didn't record this morning when we were on the couch.
No, that's right, you did. And I said, please don't record this time.
See, and I listens.
Okay, I will admit, yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's very good of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we talk about the movies?
Yes, definitely.
I picked out 2 movies for Alana and I to watch. They were The Tao of Steve and America's Sweethearts.
Yes. And both were pretty good.
Yes. Should we talk about The Tao of Steve first?
Yes, why don't we?
Do you want to start or would you like me to?
I'll start with the beginning of it and then I'll let you continue on.
Mm-hmm.
So, this guy is Dex. His name is Dex, and we see him with a girl, at the party, and he's looking through books, and they're doing their thing, and then they get out to the party, and he goes to the bathroom to clean up. He sees his friend Chris, who becomes a young priest, which is kind of strange. And I think Chris is talking to their friend Dave.
No, he's talking to Dex.
Dex?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sorry. So he's talking to Dex, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm glad that you, do a lot of godlike activity during
you get to hang out with God all day."
It's like, well, I mean, I teach and I counsel, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad that you do some, godlike activity. I thought that was really weird. And then you start to meet his friends at the party. Was it Sid who was playing in drums?
Yes.
So Sid was in a band. This girl Sid was in a band who was playing in drums. Dex is introduced to Sid. Sid remembers him from a long time ago. Dex does not remember her. He has, I think his friend that is married, his name is like Rex or something, right?
Yes, I think that's right.
And Maggie's his wife. Mm-hmm. And they've been married for a while. He finds out Sid is a friend of Rex's wife, Maggie.
Mm-hmm. Sid is staying with them for the time.
Sid is staying with them while she's doing whatever she's doing there.
Yeah.
We find out that he teaches kindergarten, so he's not going to school, but he teaches kindergarten part-time, and he's having an affair with one of the teachers.
Yes.
Who is married. Her name is Beth.
Mm-hmm.
And Sid is finding out all these different things about his life, like he smokes a lot of weed, and
May I interject for a quick second?
What?
One of the reasons by the way, you're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
But one of the reasons she finds out this stuff is because when Dex is going home from the party, his motorcycle breaks down. He asks Rex if he can borrow the car, but Rex said, well, I already told Sid that he could borrow it, so you guys are going to have to carpool.
Right, and she says, okay, well, I'm going to get you at 7:30 so I can drop you off at school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to need it by 7:45 or whatever. They're
Something
trying to
like
negotiate. That. And then she visits him for a while, finds out he smokes a lot of weed, and he's in kindergarten. He teaches kindergarten part-time, but he really loves the kids, it seems like. And he has a lot of women, but a lot of them don't stay around for long. Mm-hmm. And he's carrying on a somewhat of a sexual relationship with his co-teacher, Beth.
Yep. She doesn't teach, she's a teacher at the school.
She's a teacher at the school, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And on top of that, he's trying to educate his buddy Dave on the Tao of Steve.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of cool Steves, like Steve McQueen.
And Steve McQueen is supposedly the ultimate Steve.
Yeah, but the Steve is more of a way of life to Dex.
Right.
Than an actual name. So you're either a Steve.
Or you're a Stu.
Or you're Stu. And Dave is a Stu.
Yeah, Dave's really dorky. I mean, he really is.
Like, I know I'm saying the name of another Steve character, but Dave reminds me of Stevie from the show Eastbound and Down in the first season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he a friend of that guy in the show?
He's a dork who looks up to Kenny Powers, and Kenny just keeps him around because he'll do whatever he says.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically a spineless jellyfish, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Well, go on, please.
I keep wanting to call Dex Steve.
Dex.
Yes. Dex reads a lot of philosophy, is heavily influenced by Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching, and other people in similar traditions. So there's a lot of philosophical talk in this movie, even though it's at the surface level.
It is.
Yeah. And I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but at one point, he goes camping with Sid, Rex, and Maggie. There was a scene that you pointed out that I also really like, where they're by the campfire, and Dex is like, do you guys ever think that you put your relationship with each other ahead of your relationship with God?
And they're like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, do you ever?
Yeah.
And then, and I didn't quite like this part of it, but he was like saying, yeah, why doesn't anybody say, hey, God, how are you doing? What can I do for you? And, cause I think God is like the loneliest person in the universe. And I'm like, okay, I don't get that one, but anyway.
And then he starts talking about how, I'll tell God that stuff all the time. Like, I'll say,
you actually talk to God like that all the time. He's like, yeah, I do.
I'll say, hey, God, did you catch Letterman last night? It was awful. And then God will talk back and say, Letterman sucked. Everybody breaks up for the night to go to their tents. Dex is wishing everybody good night, and they're tired of hearing him talk.
Yeah.
But he finds a spider in his tent, so he breaks it down and goes to sleep with Sid.
In her tent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we should say by now, I skipped over something kind of essential. There was a party, not the first one, but another one, that Dex went to, this time with Beth. Mm-hmm. And Sid was there, and he said, I gotta help my friend. She is suffering from depression, and she helped me out a long time ago.
Yeah. And
it comes out that they had sex back in college.
Right.
But Dex doesn't remember it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember
So there's some tension in the tent. Mm-hmm. But they start hanging out more and more and more, and eventually they have the type of sex that even Dex can remember. The next day, your buddy Dave comes over to the place.
And he asks for, wait, was this when he asked for Beth's number?
No, we're going to get there. This is when he just got laid by that girl, and he's talking about the Tao of Steve.
Yeah. In
front of Sid.
Yeah, and then Dex told him, he said, you know what? Don't follow what I told you. Just forget about it.
Well, that's a little bit later.
Okay, I'm sorry.
First, what happens is Dex takes Sid out to a restaurant, and the waitress at the diner has had sex with Dex.
Kelly.
Yes. So she thinks, okay, this guy's a little bit too much.
Yeah. So, and if she keeps asking him questions like, so, is there something, like, are you, are all the women that you're with different, or are we all the same? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She has a gig in New York. She leaves him. And he gets really depressed, tries to break it up with Beth.
Wait a minute.
What?
What about that one guy, Jeremy? I guess that's a different part.
Oh, Jeremy was this dude who was interested in Sid, but it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere. Okay.
Yes. And after Beth is broken up with, homeboy,
Dex.
No, Dex's friend Dave comes to him and says, can I get Beth's number? And Dex is a little bit offended by this. And then he says the thing about, hey, you shouldn't be like me. Forget all the Taoist Steve stuff. It's really just about being the best you, not about getting women. I don't even like me.
Yeah.
He flies to New York. Sid is calling his answering machine and leaving a message when she sees Dex. Mm-hmm. And she smiles, and that's where the movie ends.
Yeah. I like how that ended.
It's a really good movie. It's a romantic comedy. It's not that funny, but it's still really good.
Yeah, there's some funny things to it, but I actually liked the kids in there. I wasn't sure how they were going to be instrumental in the movie, mm-hmm. but I liked how they put the kids in there, because it's just a part of his life, you know. He it seemed like he really did like the kids.
Yeah.
And he didn't see them as burdened. He really liked his class, mm-hmm. you know. Even though he was with them part-time.
The thing that I find upsetting about this movie is that the director didn't do anything else after this. She just made this one film and that was it.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it wasn't a huge success.
It was good. I was actually surprisingly really good.
I enjoyed this film a lot. This is probably the third time I saw it. Mm-hmm. And each time I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Now that I've seen it, mm-hmm. tell me about some of the things that Howard Stern liked about it, because you said
listening to him, because he recommended watching the movie. He liked the scene where they're explaining the Tao of Steve to Dave. Mm-hmm. He thought that was really good. He liked the attitude of Dex, mm-hmm. that he's just sort of like going through life and meeting all these women, and that you get to see his transformation.
Right.
And I think, now remember, he talked about this in like 2002, so mm-hmm. I'm going off of memory.
Yeah.
I think he also liked the stuff where they go camping.
Right.
Like, especially the tent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Sid's character because she wasn't pushy, and she was kind of, you know, asking questions like, have you ever thought about doing something with your life?
Yeah. That's where she goes in to pick him up and he hits the bong.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's like, is this all there is to your life? I mean, you work part-time. Have you ever thought about getting, thought of getting a full-time job?
Yeah.
You know.
And he said something about attachment.
Right. If you're not attached to something, then you have nothing or something. What is it? If
you have nothing, you are attached to nothing, I think was what he said.
Okay.
This book made me want to go back and read some more.
Book or movie?
Sorry, this movie made me want to read the Tao Te Ching again. Mm-hmm. And I actually downloaded it last night.
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
Whatever you read is whatever you read. I don't know.
Okay.
That's your thing, Bubs.
What do you think overall about the talk of philosophy in this movie?
It's interesting. When he asked that question about putting relationships before God, that was really surprising to me that he would even bring that up. Honestly.
What do you think this film teaches us about our relationships with God?
Well, there are people that have ideas about who God really is, I believe. And I don't think he really understood that judging by the humor he said. You can chuckle at it. I didn't think it was that funny, but it ended up being a lighthearted scene. Mm-hmm. I honestly think that we do. And, what some people don't understand is that if you put God first, your relationships will be so much better instead of the other way around. I mean, that's how I feel.
Do you feel that Dex put God first to the best of his abilities?
No.
No, really?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No. Well, think about it though. I mean, if he really did put God first, he would have a better handle on what he wanted to do with his life. He would have a better understanding as to why he shouldn't have been with Beth. I think his priorities would have been a lot more straightforward, I guess.
One could make the argument that it's to the best of his abilities, though. So he says in the movie that he has this, he doesn't say it in the same way that I'm about to, but that he has this open communication with God and that he talks to God a lot.
Right. But when you talk about doing it to the best of his abilities, that's the only best he can get because he's only depending on his abilities.
Right, but it is his abilities to communicate with God, and it's the best that he can do. What else is he supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't know that he does have a lot of communication. I mean, he might say that, but I don't know. Because in the movie, it seemed like his life wasn't going anywhere until Sid was helping him out.
Well, then a question gets in here, if we want to get real trippy, is does his life need to go anywhere?
Well, that's a really good question.
So I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I've heard people say that the difference between a Western way of looking at things and an Eastern way of looking at things is in the West, we strive to be something. Mm-hmm. And in the East, you strive to be nothing.
That's interesting.
Now, that's a very oversimplified way of looking at it because we're looking at it through Christian terms versus
Islamic influence.
Well, Islamic influence, but I'm specifically thinking a Taoist way.
Taoist way, yeah.
And not everybody from the East is Taoist.
Right.
By a long shot.
Right.
And not everybody from the West is Christian.
Judeo-Christian, yeah.
Yeah. But so if we look at it, we know that we know that Dex is in a Taoism, his own form of it. So by that standard, does he need to become something? I
don't know. I mean, that's a really good question. I suppose if he could not become something and live a carefree life, which some people end up doing. Mm-hmm. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for Dex. So.
Go ahead.
I mean, I eventually want to come more than what I am. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have a carefree life. I think that's too easy. I don't want to be so easy that I don't have to worry about anything. If that makes any sense.
Because there is something that you get out of struggle that you don't get out of comfort.
Absolutely. I think that you work for what you want. There's something rewarding about working for something that you want. Building up to a goal. Or not goal. Building up to reaching a goal. Because I've always believed that in life you don't get, you don't get things for free in life. You have to work for it. And I guess that's because this is an American way of living and this is how I view life.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Dex is an American. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's great that they practice this Taoism stuff overseas. Yeah. But how's that going to help him?
Right. Here? But in the Philippines, people work hard. It's slightly different though because it's a very collectivistic country. They don't just work hard, but they work hard to provide for their families and to take care of their families. It's no longer about themselves. So it's different. It's a little bit different, but they're still very hard workers.
Is Dex a torture genius?
I'm not sure if I'd go that far. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, Sid said when in the scene where she's in his room and he just hit the bong, you were one of the smartest guys, or you were the smartest guy in college.
Okay.
Now, maybe she's just saying that to butter him up.
Right.
Or maybe she doesn't have experience around really smart people.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I'm asking you don't think he's that smart?
It's possible that he is smart, but he's not holding himself to a higher standard. If that makes any sense.
It does.
He's not using his potential the way that he should use his potential. Mm-hmm. Right. And you get that with a lot of people, right? You get that with people that will claim that, and I don't know if it's with everybody, but there's one person that comes to mind, right? That he says a lot of things, but he doesn't use his potential for greatness. Person that you're no longer talking to.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. So you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like they're smart, but they're not using their brain. They're not using their potential that they could have if they were to put it to good use and have a completely different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's possible. It's possible that he really isn't a genius, or it's possible that he's not using his potential.
Where do you think Dex is today?
I would imagine that he's in a very committed relationship with Sid. They probably might be married and have kids.
Mm.
I think that maybe Dex and Sid are really good for each other, and he came into his life at the right time.
Do you think that Dex is a good father, or is he a little bit too loose with his kids?
I think he has the potential to be a good father. I mean, and I'm just judging this by how he was with the little children, even the girls.
Mm-hmm.
He really seems like he genuinely likes those kids. Playing cards with them, putting something in the little girl's hair,
Yeah.
He really seemed like he liked those kids. And it didn't seem like it was for show.
No.
In fact, if it was for show, he would have told Sid to leave.
That's true.
It's like, don't. And Sid was very happy to be with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even with dropping one of the kids off at home.
Yes.
Not a lot of teachers would drop their students off at home. I did have a couple times where a teacher did drop me off at home.
I never had to have that happen.
It was weird, but...
Oh, no, I did once.
I had a teacher drop me off at home a couple of times from school. Not my O&M instructor, but my teachers from school, which was kind of strange.
Yes.
Yeah. It was very weird.
Yes.
but it was okay. But it was, I think that he definitely could have been a really good dad.
Mm.
Yeah.
Not too permissive.
No, not at all.
Nice.
If anything, it might have been the opposite, because maybe he thought, well, I was too permissive with my own self.
Mm.
And I don't want my kids to not have direction in life just because I didn't.
Yeah.
And I really do think that it seemed like Sid grew up a lot. I mean, I don't know how she was when she was in college, but it seemed like she's super smart and she understands what he needed.
Where do you think Dave is today? Is he a Steve or is he a Stu?
No, I think he's a Stu.
I agree.
I think
you're completely right on that.
I think he decided, you know what? I like myself. I don't have to be with a girl. I want to be with a girl, but I think I'm okay right now.
I don't think he was ever a Steve. I think he just got lucky with this one girl.
Just that one time.
And if I know the teachings of the Tao of Steve, like I think you do, since it's a way of life, he may have gotten lucky as a Stu. But being a Steve, he'd have consistently success, and he wouldn't be such of a dork.
Or what he could have done, Bubs, is he could have stayed the same Dave, but altered a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Not follow. Maybe he didn't follow Dex, but he decided, you know what? I'm gonna be creative and innovative with the way that I approach women this time. Maybe. I would hope so.
Yeah.
But I also think that he just stayed a Stu. A Stu. Well, some stews are cool.
I guess.
Well, there was one... Anyway, I won't talk about that in here.
Okay. What would you give this movie on a scale from 1 to 10?
I give it a strong 7.
Would you recommend this movie to anyone?
Yes, I would.
What type of people? Would you tell your family about this film?
Oh, maybe. They might like it.
What's your elevator pitch?
Elevator pitch. You may not subscribe to Taoism, but it really, this movie really does make you think.
Yeah. I need to do more study into Taoism. Or maybe I don't, but I feel like it, from what I've read, which is not a lot, I think that there are some interesting things about it that I need to explore deeper.
Was he the founder of Taoism, Lao Tzu?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I want to say that Confucius was a student of his.
Mm-hmm.
And the Taoism came out of the philosophy of Lao Tzu. Yes.
Interesting.
But who knows if that's correct or if I'm remembering that right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that could just be something I tell myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was a very, and it wasn't so like, it wasn't like The Man from Earth where people were just talking about it and nobody, and it didn't go anywhere. This actually made you think.
Yeah, but The Man from Earth tried to seem like a deep movie. It's weird. This movie tried to be a romantic comedy, but it's actually a deep movie.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's why I liked it, because it wasn't just your typical predictable comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, it worked. It worked.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it, babes.
I wish I knew who the actors were.
Yeah.
They were really good.
They were really good. We could always Wikipedia later.
Yes.
Is there anything about this movie that you wanted to ask me?
Where do you think, what do you think happens to Beth?
I think she probably dies of a drug overdose.
Well, I don't understand though. I mean, she knew she was getting in deep with Dex.
Mm-hmm.
But she's surprised that she broke up with him. Or he broke up with her, rather. And she's upset.
And she's a married woman.
And she leaves Ed, but it's like, I'm glad that they never got back together, because it shows that there wasn't a guarantee that they were going to be together anyway.
Yes.
And I'm glad that he said, I can't do this. Mm-hmm. This is really bad. I can't do this anymore. You're a married lady. You know, this is not going anywhere. And it's not like you would, you know, even if she did leave Ed for him, there was no guarantee that he would, you know, dump Sid and go back to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think she ruined her life afterwards.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's her own fault.
Oh my goodness. Before we talk about the next movie, we should probably break it up with a kiss.
Why?
Because I want to kiss.
Okay. You smell really good.
Thanks, babe. So do you.
Thank you.
Yes. Jaylo.
Yes.
Maybe we should talk about America's Sweethearts.
I thought that was funny.
Yes. So I think The Tao of Steve is a better movie, but America's Sweethearts is funnier.
It is definitely funnier.
Yeah.
Would you like to take the lead on this one too?
Okay, it starts off, we're seeing a promotional video for the new film starring John Cusack and it's Catherine Zeta-Jones, but they go by the names.
Eddie and Gwen Gwen Harrison and Eddie, whatever his last name is.
Gwen Harrison and Eddie, guy with the last name.
I forgot what it is.
Billy Crystal has just been fired. He's getting ready to leave. But the producer of the movie, I think is played by Stanley Tucci, calls him to a screening.
Oh, is it Stanley Tucci?
I believe so. So he goes down to watch this film, the new film with Eddie and Gwen, even though they've broken up.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago, the film was shot.
Yep.
So he goes down to watch the movie, and all they have is the credits.
There's nothing else.
Stanley Tucci needs a hit movie. And Billy Crystal says, okay, well, you got other people for this. I'm gone, bro. And he comes up to him and he says, what do you want? Billy Crystal explains, I want my job back. Mm-hmm. And after Stanley says, well, great, but I need you to make it at least seem like Eddie and Gwen might get back together. Mm-hmm. Okay? So he goes to Gwen's place. And we see Julia Roberts, who is her sister/assistant, named Kiki.
Kiki.
Yes. Tries to say, hey, we need you to come out for this press junket. I know John Cusack is going to be there, but, it's only for a weekend, and I think you're going to have a fun time, and it'll really help promote this movie. And this was after a disastrous appearance on the Larry King Show.
Right.
Yes.
Right. A very disastrous experience.
Her new lover comes in, played by Hank Azaria. He wants to go to the weekend.
His name is Hector.
Yes, Hector.
He's so funny.
But Billy Crystal kind of puts the kibosh on that.
Yes. I like the word kibosh.
Thank you. Catherine Zeta-Jones runs out of the room. Julia Roberts chases after her. And this gives Billy Crystal a chance to get to know Gwen's dog. Yes.
Gwen's dog.
Yes.
That almost attacks him.
And is licking his crotch. Okay. He goes to get Eddie, who is in this kind of like Buddhist monastery thing out in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And he bribes his spiritual guru with a new car to say that, okay, Eddie, it's time for you to leave here. I've done all the work I can. Now you have to do the inner work, which I thought was great. They go to the hotel and they play nice to the camera. Everybody goes to their separate rooms. I think that she has a bungalow and he has a suite. He sneaks out and goes to her bungalow and sees somebody, but it's from behind. Turns out it's Julia Roberts, but you'll find that out later.
Yes.
He falls and gets these like stickers stuck in his crotch.
Pants.
Yeah. So he's removing it.
And the cameras are on him.
Yes, and he's making these moaning sounds. Security guys come. Billy Crystal gets there and says, okay, we're going to give you guys these press bags. And I want that tape. Yeah. So Billy Crystal leaks the tape to the press. Next day, they have to act like they get along. They're doing all these interviews.
Catherine Zeta-Jones does see Gwen does see the press, right?
Because she watches it on TV.
She watches it, yeah.
But it's the next day. They're playing up to everybody, and day ends. But Billy Crystal says to John Cusack, Eddie, I think you and Gwen should have dinner tonight. It's going to be good press for the movie. We really need this one to work. Why don't you come by the bar around 8? So he gets there. Gwen doesn't want to come, but Kiki gets there.
Oh, Kiki.
And they're having a good time.
Yep.
Billy Crystal gets a phone call from Gwen and says, hey, don't worry about it. Kiki is dressed beautifully, and she's having a great time, which gets Gwen to show up.
Yep.
She kicks Kiki to the curb, sits down.
Yep.
They're having a discussion. Hank Azaria comes in. Things escalate, and John Cusack ends up punching Hank and then leaving. It's great for the press.
Yes.
He goes back to his hotel room, meets up with Julia Roberts, and they do it. Now, she has been attracted to this man for the longest time. For her, it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy come true. She's getting to sleep with a movie star who's not her sister.
Okay? Nope.
Next morning, he says, I'm going over to see Gwen. She gets a little bit upset, goes there too.
And Gwen is like, hey, Kiki, can you make some scrambled eggs? She makes really good scrambled eggs. And so they're talking in the other part of the room. She's listening to the conversation and she's really upset.
Shenanigans happen. John Cusack chases after Julia Roberts and she doesn't want to hear it. She decides to go on an eating spree. Runs into Billy Crystal who says, hey, I really think you should go after this dude. It'll be good for both of you. Now they're greeting the press. Everybody's excited. They still don't have the movie. And John Cusack is on the roof. Billy Crystal tries to rescue him. In the process, John Cusack almost falls off the roof. While this is going on, the director lands with the footage. So the press gets to see the movie. Which turns out to be a documentary of this fake film. Right? And Catherine Zeta-Jones looks horrible. She looks like a real evil bitch in this movie.
She's really horrible, yeah.
She gets up, threatens to sue everybody, including the studio. And this is where Julia Roberts says that she's in love with Eddie.
Yep.
Because it's in front of the press, Catherine Zeta-Jones is like, oh, that's so great that you two are in love, and I'm going to step aside. A few other things happen. At the end of the movie, John Cusack and Julia Roberts leave. They don't know where they're going, but they're ready to engage in the next chapter of their life together.
Yep.
Billy Crystal sits down on the bed and sees the dog, and the movie ends.
I forgot to mention a part that I really liked. When the remember when Hal Weidman, played by Christopher Walken, throws out the script. Is that him that throws out the script to the movie, and the cameras are on it, and they think that they're a part of a movie,
I talked about that, yeah.
All right. I don't know. I thought that Hank Azaria was really, really funny in this movie.
He's great. Everybody gives a really good performance in that.
I like the tap dancers.
I think that was Catherine Zeta-Jones, but
okay,
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. What can we glean from this film about what Hollywood is like?
Hollywood will pretty much do anything and say anything for the press if given the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me, babes, not to throw you under the bus.
What?
But, hold on. Sometimes we'll talk about movie stars and you'll say, oh, they seem really, really happy. And I'll be like, I know it seems that way, but is it the truth? And they'll be, oh, Bob, you're so cynical.
Well, if you would have let me finish what I'm going to say.
Do your thing.
I said, yes, there are people in Hollywood that will do and say anything, but I don't think it's always the case with everybody.
Okay.
I just knocked on his head, you guys.
Yes.
Honestly.
I hate Catherine Zeta-Jones' character in this movie.
No.
But I love her performance.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't like her character in Chicago, but she was really good.
I've not seen that film.
I think you might like it.
Maybe I would.
Renee Zellweger was good in Chicago, but I think I'm getting off track here.
Yes, you are.
She wasn't a likable person in Chicago, and she wasn't a likable person in America's Sweethearts, but she was good.
She was.
Mm-hmm. So is Julia Roberts.
Yeah. What do you think this film teaches us about the problems with getting what we want? I'm specifically thinking about Gwen.
Oh, you mean like how she was manipulative towards her sister?
And everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like you can be manipulative all you want to, and it's only going to last for so long until somebody says, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to be at your beck and call all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't get far in life if you're manipulative to people all the time.
Is Billy Crystal a bad person in this movie, or is he just in a bad situation?
I think he's very influenced by power.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember when he's supposed to he has a project to get those two exes back together, right?
Yeah.
And then he encourages Eddie and Kiki, or rather Eddie to go after Kiki.
Yep.
Go after it, just like you're going after that breakfast.
Well, that's what he says to Kiki.
I'm sorry, he encourages Kiki to go after Eddie.
Yeah.
Even though he probably knows it's not a good idea, but I think that because this whole thing is a disaster, maybe he's just like, well, maybe I'll get a lot of notoriety by just getting these two together. I don't know.
Where would you rank this on your list of best Billy Crystal performances?
Well, I honestly think that his best performances, in my opinion, were I liked him better in When Harry Met Sally.
He is really good in that movie.
And I also liked, he only had a small part in The Princess Bride. But this one is pretty close.
Nice.
I thought he was funny in this one.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions about this movie for me?
What do you think happens to Kiki? To Julia Roberts' Kiki?
I think that she gets together with Eddie and they make a happy life together.
You don't think that they are together for a little while and then he dumps her?
No, because he has known her because she's always been in the mix, at least as long as he's been with Gwen. Oh. So I think that they stay together.
Well, we get a sense that Gwen was the one who left him first.
Well, it's said in the movie.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. She left him first, so maybe he does have a happy life with Kiki. Mm-hmm. Even though it seems very wrong to do that because that was his sister-in-law, but
it works.
In the movie, it does.
And they didn't have any kids, so it's not that weird.
No.
Yes.
No, that wouldn't be.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
I would recommend it.
What would you give it on a scale from 1 to 10?
I would give it a 7. Not a weak or a strong one, but a 7.
Would you recommend this film to anybody you know in real life?
Probably. If somebody wants to see a movie that really makes fun of Hollywood relationships.
Would you recommend it to family members?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of movies. There's some movies that I watched that I like that Julia Roberts was in, too.
Yeah, she's done some good movies.
Yeah.
She's not my favorite. I think she's, especially in the late 90s, people made too much of a fuss about her. But she's done some work I enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yes.
Yes.
Very good, Jaylo.
Very good.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Because neither of us had dreams last night.
No. We know we didn't have dreams. But I will say that there's a special day coming up next week.
That's right. Our anniversary.
3 years.
Yes.
Can you believe that? I remember what happened last year. It was really good.
It was.
It was really fun.
Mm-hmm. We're hoping to bring some more magic to that day.
Yes, it's going to be magical.
Yes.
It's going to be wonderful.
I hope so, babes.
And we definitely made up for it because the year before that, I didn't get to see you on our anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you had something I had to do.
A family thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going to be able to, and I had something going on too.
Yes.
So. But I have some good hopes for next week, and I think it probably might be even better than last year.
You might be correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, babe, unless there's anything else you want to discuss.
I don't think so, but really, watch those movies. They're
good.
really good.
Yeah. The only weak movie we saw this weekend was Shallow Hal.
Oh, don't watch that. No.
No, skip that one.
It definitely was shallow.
Yeah. Watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Tao of Steve, and America's Sweethearts.
Yes.
And I think you're going to find something to enjoy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Bye, babes.
Okay.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.